One of the things which people, I always try to anticipate what folks are thinking, and usually that coincides with what I'm thinking. And it's very difficult, Dane, for people to understand that whether you like Trump or not, or Obama, or whoever it is, that the president does not control the world. That in retrospect, there are top secret clearances far above anything the president has. There are groups of people who represent jurisdictions that have nothing to do with us because we in this, this American exceptionalism, we think we are in charge of everything. You can't have a worldwide spraying program and the president has no say? Yes, you can have that. That's the thing that's hard for people to understand. The fact that we have, I guess as being a president, he sits down one day and somebody says, listen, if you even think about doing anything about geoengineering or chemtrails or whatever you want to call it, forget it. That's already been done. That's not our bailiwick. Worry about taxes or something else. That's what's difficult for people to understand. That this is part of this, I hate to say it, the New World Order, this unipolar world, this sense of this jurisdiction that controls things extra-governmentally, supra-governmental, above and beyond the jurisdiction of this country or anything, almost on their own, unfettered, unregulated, unedited, uncontrolled. I mean, I'm convinced people don't like to even think about that, or what I'm saying, because they have to admit we don't have control. They have to admit that there's this other world, this kind of a, I don't know, evil substructure that's doing things that nobody, from Putin on down, that nobody can control. Does that sound relatively rational to you?
It does, and let's first consider that in the case of the Trump administration and the administrations before them, there is every indication that all of them supported climate engineering, including the Trump administration, whose appointees openly supported climate engineering on the record. We covered that at geoengineeringwatch.org. But to back up what you just stated, even if Trump or anyone before him really tried to draw a line in the sand with these programs, how long would they be alive? How long did Kennedy last when he drew a line in the sand against the same sort of groups you just mentioned? He didn't last very long, did he? So in the case of Trump, we know that he knows because there was a meeting held at a retired U.S. Air Force Major General's home, whom I know, who introduced and passed on to Trump's top campaign people and Carson's top campaign people all the geoengineeringwatch.org data in January of 2016. So we know they know. But for all the reasons you just mentioned, certainly nothing is going to be done about these programs. They're being ramped up as the military-industrial complex wants to ramp them up. And in this regard, it's important to understand all the order followers all down the line. Lionel, did the pilots in Vietnam who were spraying their own comrades on the ground with Agent Orange, were they told that that would harm those comrades? Of course not. They were told it was fine. What about the
It's a great example, yes.
And the soldiers that were told to put on a set of goggles and go watch that nuclear bomb go off in our own homeland here? Now we have studies to say that the nuclear detonations in our own country killed at least 400,000 U.S. citizens. They don't care about the consequences. There's no question about that. And on the order followers, I know USDA soil scientists, USDA scientists, Forest Service scientists, Fish and Game scientists, and I've been in the field doing testing with these academicians who absolutely know this is going on, but they're not about to jeopardize their paycheck and pension. They want to stay in their bubble and pretend it'll all magically go away. And we need to break that mentality, the order follower mentality, because the ship is going down by the day. There's no question about that.
We have been doing, and as you know, Dane, since the Milgram experiment, since the Stanford
In 2016, 50% of Americans woke up and elected the businessman for president. His promises are a return to sovereignty with an America First slogan. The big question is, will the globalists let him do so? The agents of globalism in our deep state are fighting tooth and nail. The shadow government and the military-industrial complex have other projects. Globalists want to bring the population to 500 million. We today have a population of 7.5 billion. Many must die.